What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Scattered Brilliance. We'll go with that from now on. Hope y'all are doing great. I am doing amazing. Just got a phone call about some opportunity, and it all went through, and I'm so excited because I'm like, yes, money. I can pay my bills over the summer. So I'm very happy about that. The reason that I'm here today is a random video. Kind of what I planned on doing today was just trying to answer some of the questions and talk about some of the topics that were left in comments for the past two videos that I've watched, that I've recorded and I watched. I just first want to say that I am so appreciative of the 42 people who have watched the first one and the 72 people who have watched the catfish story. You know, it's good to come back and see that people are watching the videos again, and it feels good to have people commenting and getting back into the swing of things. So I'm really happy about that. My day today has been good. I definitely have nothing to complain about. I just finished cooking and writing the first draft of my first children's book rather. So hopefully I'll be telling y'all a lot more about that in the months to come, and hopefully you'll want to buy a copy when it comes out. So I had this idea to do a children's book, and I'm finally making it happen. And it's crazy why I'm making it happen. I really like Ian Van Zant, whatever how you say that, Ian Van Zant. We're gonna go with that. I really enjoy like the things that she has to say, and so I'm big on when I'm doing stuff around the house, I like to listen to YouTube, and that's why I wanted to get back into this in case people wanted to listen to me while they're cleaning or cooking. So I was listening to a lecture that she was doing at it might have to have been I guess the 2013 Black Caucus luncheon in DC, and she had a lot of great points, said a lot of very insightful things that really made you think. And you know, I watched the whole hour and a half, or listened rather to the whole hour and a half, and really got a lot out of it. And I think towards the end she was talking about making things happen and doing things, and it was crazy because she was wrapping it up, like she was walking through the crowd and they were playing I Give Myself Away, which I need to go ahead and put on my iPad so I can start listening to that every time I get up in the morning. But as I got up and started walking away from my iPad, she said, "Go ahead and write that book that you've been waiting to write." And I stopped in my tracks and I was like, and then she was like, "Go ahead and open that business that you were, planning on doing." I'm like, I think that might have been a sign. So I opened up my journal. I had already written the outline for the book, but I went ahead and opened up my journal and penned out the entire story. And so now I'm really excited to see, where it's going. I'm happy about this story and how it came out. It's changed so many times, and it may change again. But hopefully one day I'm gonna say you will see that book, and it will be a tangible thing that I'm gonna hold in front of this camera, and y'all are gonna go out and buy, and it's gonna be great. So let me see if I can get to. I've never looked at the comments on my iPad. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to get to the comments from my iPad to see the things that people wanted me to talk about. Okay, great, here we go. All right, okay, I already talked about the catfish story. Okay, somebody wanted me to talk about the Bring Our Girls Back campaign. She says this, let me do some shout outs first. I wanna first shout out You Love Me Right, Nika 651, Bree Too Sweet 09, Sunflower Forever, Olivia's Naturals, Purple Forces 1, and Sweet Tea 19. These are all people who had commented on the first video by the time you're seeing this. All right, so she wanted me to. Olivia's Natural wanted me to talk about the Bring Our Girls Back campaign. She asked me what did I think about it, and do I think Americans should focus more on their own missing children before helping the Nigerians? I want to first start off and say, as a side note, that I've noticed that when I go back and watch my videos, I leave a lot of stuff out. I don't say everything that I'm really thinking. I guess that's really why I need to call it Scattered Brilliance, because it's so scattered. But I also want to say that I believe that this is a very unfortunate situation, and I could not imagine, I'm not a parent, but I could not even imagine the feeling you would have as a parent to know that your child had been taken, and to know that your child was taken with 200 plus other little girls. I cannot imagine what that feels like. I think overall the situation is extremely sad. It's extremely painful for some. But I honestly have no opinion on it. Well, I'm gonna say I don't have an opinion on it. I'll say that I'm conflicted, to be honest with you, when it comes to America and the situations in other countries that we get involved with. It's like, for me, on one hand, I feel like, yes, we should be getting involved because we are the land of the free and we have all this opportunity here and we have power, apparently, to make things happen. But then on the other hand, it's like, oh my gosh, we get into stuff and I feel like we're about to start World War III. So I'm conflicted on, like, should we get involved? Should we not get involved? Because I'm thinking we could get involved, help find these girls, bring them back home, great, and everybody's safe. We could get involved and start World War III and they start bombing, and they start bombing us. I mean, I have those kind of crazy thoughts. And then there's the other part of her question about, do I think Americans should be more focused on their own missing children here in the U.S.? And that I answer with a very strong yes. We have so many people, men, women, girls, boys, missing in the United States alone. I don't have statistics, don't ask me. But there are so many people that are missing. And I'm not going to say that the U.S. is not doing anything, but I'm going to say that they should not neglect their duty to their country, their home country, in order to help another country, if that makes any sense. Excuse me, I don't believe that's being selfish. I just believe that that's what really should take place. We have a lot of our own people missing, and we need to be working towards finding them and helping the Nigerians find the girls. I mean, I think at this point now, and seeing this, we know who has them, we know why they have them, and as far as last time I heard, I haven't heard anything recently. They were making demands that they wanted some of their militants, I guess is the word. They want some of them released, and then they will release the girls back. They converted the girls to Islam, I saw last, and it's an all-around sad situation. Which I will find with me is I'm not going to do too much commenting on stories that I'm not really well versed on, and I'm not really abreast of. So I do think it's a sad situation, but I do think America needs to step up all around the board when it comes to missing people. All right, next. All right, Sweet T19. She says, could you talk a little bit about your frustrations with your teaching career? I fancy the idea of teaching, but I feel like America's I can't read. But I feel like America's education system has more problems than solutions, so I don't know. I'd like to hear your input being that you are on the inside and I'm on the outside looking in. So, first question. Can I talk about my frustrations with my teaching career? For those who do not know, I am a full-time teacher. I teach art. For the past 3 years, I've taught art to grades, kindergarten through 8th grade. It has been interesting to say the least. I work in what's considered a Title I school, meaning that the majority of the students come from a low socioeconomic status background. Many of our students are homeless. Many are on government assistance. And the majority of the school reads below the grade level that they are on. So that alone creates a stressful situation. Frustrations when it comes to the teaching career. My frustrations, and I'm trying to be as politically correct just on this subject alone, just because I don't want to incriminate myself. My frustrations when it comes to this career is that, in my opinion, a lot of unfairness takes place. And by that, I mean, I make the exact same amount as a teacher who works at a school where all their children read on grade level. They don't have to work as hard to try to bring their students up to that level. There's a different workload when it comes to students who can't read on grade level and students who can read on grade level. There's a huge difference in what a teacher has to go through to get there. In addition to the students not reading on grade level, you got to deal with parents who don't care about their students' success. You have to deal with parents who you can't ever get in touch with. Disconnected phones. Parents who may want to fight you over whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that's me personally, but these are the different things that it's a spectrum of things that teachers have to go through, and I don't feel like what I make to help these type students should be the same thing that a teacher makes who has what I would consider to be a better situation. I mean, it's just what it is. And being honest, my school is a very tough school to work at. So that frustrates me a lot, knowing that I'm getting paid the same amount and so much is expected of me. And it's difficult for me because I know in my heart that teaching is not my passion. I'm an artist who teaches. I'm not a teacher who does art. Like, that's not how it works. I'm an artist first. So it's frustrating in knowing that I chose to go into something that you really have to be called and have to have a passion for. Had I known that earlier, I would not have gone into education. If I would have known what it was really like, I would not have done it. It's one of those things that I'm not going to say I regret, because I wanted it at some point or another. But if I could rewrite things and go back and do things differently without altering the future, I would do it in a heartbeat. There are a lot of politics that go into teaching. There's so much that I wish I could say, but I'm not gonna mess myself up and end up without a job. All I will say to you, sweet tea, is do your research. Have an idea of where you want to teach at. Research that places, history when it comes to education, their policies when it comes to education, their pay when it comes to education, because that is important. I teach in a state who is 48th in the country in teacher pay. I clearly did not do my research. 48th. That tells you a lot. So do your research when it comes to every aspect of this career, and any career that you feel like you want to go into, because that's what's most important. We go off to school, we get these degrees, or we get this educational training to do something, and we don't even really know what we're getting ourselves into. And a lot of it is just, it's hit and miss. You just take that chance, and maybe you'll love what you do, and maybe you don't, and maybe you'll really enjoy what you do, and maybe you won't. It's just, it is what it is. Do I enjoy teaching? Sometimes. I can't give you a firm yes, because that's not the truth, and that would be me lying. I wish I want to be doing something different. Hence me still doing my painting, hence me writing a children's book, hence me doing acting at the Legacy Theater Production Company, which you can YouTube. Legacy Theater Production Company. I've done some short films with them. They're online. I'm not happy in my job, and I want to be doing something different. That's also why I got back on YouTube, hoping that this may spin off something for me, because I really don't know, because this is not for me. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say, just make sure you do your research when it comes to education. And the way you were speaking as if you don't live in America. So if you are planning to come to America, research what state you're going to and everything that has to do with education, because the more you know, the better you'll be at making an educated choice in your future career. Hope that helped. Send me a message on YouTube. Send me a message on there, and we'll talk more. And let me also give shout outs to Kiana7. I remember her from way back in the day. Arlen W. and IRV Gentry. Irvy Gentry, I don't know. These are people who commented on the catfish video. But anyway, so those are only 2 questions that I have right now that I could think of stuff people wanted me to talk about. I did see a lot of glad to see that you're back, please stay back, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do my best, y'all. I think I'm doing pretty good so far. So, we'll see how these things go. But please send me questions, send me topics that you want me to talk about, because I listen to you guys and I love your feedback, because you are the ones who are with me now, and hopefully one day to 1 million subscribers, you'll still be there. But I hope everybody is doing well. Please take care of yourselves. Please take the time out to just enjoy this life that we have right now. It's a beautiful day in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am about to watch B-movie, I guess. I feel like watching a kids movie. I really love Bugs Life. That's one of my favorite Disney movies, A Bug's Life. I don't have it on DVD though. So if anybody wants to send me a Bug's Life on DVD, I'll be more than welcome. And I'll give you an address to send it to. Anyway, send me some comments, subscribe, thumbs up, tell your friends, watch the videos, send your messages. I'm about to start up an Instagram account for y'all to follow me on. I ain't gonna follow my personal one, but I'm gonna start up a Instagram for my YouTube channel. I'll post it down in the description box where you can follow me at on Instagram, and we'll get that started. I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. Have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.